Hello, loves. This is Lynn, Dream Girl Writer, coming to you today to talk to you about how your individual sovereignty can serve the whole. And what do I mean by that? I mean that I'm going to give you some tips to take care of yourself. I encourage you to think of yourself as a very precious part of this world. We need you. We need you whole and complete. And by embracing who you really are, by nurturing yourself on a daily basis with devotional practices just for you, serves us all. We will all be grateful when you do that. And so I'm inviting you in, going to give you 9 little tips. The first one is gratitude. Just recently, I came up with a prayer to say, before I ate my food. And, had many table prayers over the years, but this one just was especially good for me because I noticed right away that my digestion improved and I was eating less and I was stopping before I was too full. By just saying this prayer, that benefit came about right away. The second tip I wanted to give you was about pausing, giving yourself breaks during the day to just stare out the window, to just breathe, to just maybe go for a little walk outside, even if it's just around the house or out to your garden or down the street to the park. Or if you can only do just a few minutes, just stand and you can be inside or outside, but just stand and release your mind's hold on you and get back to your heart and just feel inside the power of who you are as an individual. There's a great book called The Art of Contemplation by Richard Rudd, and I highly recommend it. I also highly recommend anything by Richard Rudd. If you go to thegenekeys.com, you will find all about him, and he's a wonderful man. And I I just highly recommend anything that comes from him or his team. But the art of contemplation is exactly this, talks about how we can just pause and bring more love, more prosperity, more grace, more awareness into our lives. Another tip for you is to make sure you get that balance of the automated, balance that out with the manual. And by that I mean, like, if you're on the computer screen all day doing this or talking to people, interfacing through Zoom or other internet venues, take yourself away from that, do something by hand, write something, play a musical instrument, um, move your body, sing a song out loud and loud and proud. Just get away from the automated, from the electronic, from take yourself away, balance that out. The way to do that, of course, is also nature walks. But if you can't pause that much or go outside in nature and hug trees, then just do it by breaking away from anything automated and sit and color. Think of yourself as a child during those moments. The other thing is, another tip is to welcome in the luscious and nutritious and luxurious rest that you will have in sleep. So to consciously set yourself up for a good night's sleep, when you lay your head down on the pillow, just take a moment, put your hands on your heart, and welcome in divine rest. And just like any prayer of gratitude, any prayer, if you do this on a regular basis and you really feel deeply what it means to you, you really reach for that benefit, you will get it. Then simplicity always helps in one's life. And simplicity to be sovereign really helps, because what you can do there is to kind of shut out or respectfully decline others' opinions of who you are and where you should be going or what you should be doing, and really get in touch with the simple desire, your heart of hearts desire of what you want to do, even if it's just what you want to do at this moment or this day or for the next hour, or what you want to do for the rest of your life and anything in between. Get in touch whenever you're called, whenever you're feeling demanded, or whenever you're feeling the pressure of the outside world upon you. Keep it simple. Go back to the basics and just remember, what do you want? What works for you? What do you have to give? The other thing, another tip is to talk to the shadow. We all have fears. Some of us more than others, and some of us less than others, but we're human beings. And until we pass from this earth, we're going to be challenged by things. And a lot of them will be deep and heavy and buried fears from long ago, or from a past life, or from our ancestral memories. When they come up for you, make time to talk to them. I have found this practice to be very, very helpful. And it's only one that I've come up with in recent months. And when I feel my fears in my heart, they embody just in a certain place for me. When I feel them come up, I will just go within. I usually place my hands on my heart and I say, "Hi, who are you? What can I do for you?" And it sounds facetious or maybe tongue in cheek, but I actually am welcoming in this fear, because it's mine. It's a part of me. If I ignore it, it's going to keep coming up again and again. So the best thing to do is to shake hands with it and to make a deal. Who are you? What do you want? I actually have conversations with my fears. And in those conversations, usually even in just the first conversation, I can figure out what it is that's come up for me and how to move through it. But if it fails me at that moment in time, I just keep coming back to it, keep giving it space, keep inviting it in until we together, me and my fear, me and my shadow, can move, return to love, move to a better place. The last thing that I wanted to, excuse me, give you a little tip on is to make time for play and laughter. There's a wonderful quote by Groucho Marx. I believe I'm crediting this correctly, where he says, "Life is too important to be taken seriously." And that's so true. It's like we should be imitating children instead of trying to get them to imitate us. The way they love, the way they play freely, the way they let go of things immediately, like water off a duck's back, and return to their playful, creative selves. We need to model ourselves after that as adults. And yes, we have different lives and we have more responsibilities than them in terms of taking care of them as well as ourselves. But the best way we can take care of them is to take care of ourselves. And again, all of this comes back to the individual you taking care of yourself first. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And if daddy ain't happy, mama ain't happy. So just take care of yourself. Try to embrace some of these little simple devotions that I've offered to you here. Come up with your own. I'd love to hear about them. And also just remember the best thing you can do is to be you, uniquely you. Thank you for listening.